Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Nimcast. I am your host, Nimcast2299, and I am joined by one of the co-hosts, Schockz.
Hey!
And, the other people are not here for this one, so this is the first official podcast for the podcast series. There will be other videos that aren't part of the main podcast series. There might be another one uploaded by now, by the time this is uploaded, I'm not sure yet. Which is a Rogue One review, which I did with Lord Pasta. So if that's up, you should go check that out if you saw Rogue One, because there is spoilers.
Yep.
But anyways, moving on from that, in this first podcast, we have decided that we are going to do like a recap of 2016. We're going to talk about a lot of the big things that happened in 2016 and stuff, since it's the end of 2016. So, yeah. And we're going to start... I think we're going to start by talking about some of the celebrity deaths that had happened, I guess.
Yeah. Sadly.
Yes, I know. I know it seems strange. It's like, oh yay, we're going to have this nice fun podcast. Let's start by
Merry
talking
Christmas!
about death. Yay.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, and so if you and then we're going to talk a little bit about our thoughts on the election from this year. Then we're going to talk about some of our favorite movies from this year, because I like movies a lot, and yeah, big movie person. So yeah, and you can skip ahead to different topics if you want to just hear about certain topics, because we're gonna have I guess we'll post the
timestamps
in the
They should be somewhere at the bottom or on the right side of the screen. I don't really know where I'm gonna put them yet. We're kind of new to these, but
you probably put it in the description as well.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start by talking about some people who died, so.
Alright, guys, because this is a podcast and you gotta be professional, I looked a bunch of this up. So, unfortunately today, which is December 27th, my birthday, not my birth month, but my birthday, Carrie Fisher has passed away as of 8:55 this morning. If you're wondering how she died, I'm sure a lot of you heard of it. If you don't know who Carrie Fisher is, shame on you. Epic Princess Leia from Star Wars. It was a sad day.
See, some people might not know who Carrie Fisher is, but they all know who Princess Leia is.
Right, yeah. And it's just it's such an unfortunate thing, seeing as I literally just saw Star Wars Rogue One a week ago, and she was in it, so I just cry sometimes.
Yeah, her voice was in it.
Yeah.
The actual her in it was actually just CGI. Because it was when she was younger. I think it. Yeah.
But regardless, it's still sad. And if you don't know how she passed away, she actually had a heart attack when she was on flight. I can't help but think that maybe if she wasn't on a plane, that things could have been different. But regardless, she is left, and I don't know. Yeah. May she float in the galactic universe of awesomeness forever.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, okay. I'm not trying to be like a happy-go-lucky person when talking about things like this, but me and Nim here, we sat here for about an hour just collecting everything we talk about. And when we were looking at Carrie Fisher, we noticed that she had a confession to make about her marriage to Paul Simon.
Hilarious.
In the 80s, apparently, she had an affair with Harrison Ford.
It was during filming Star Wars, one of the movies.
Yeah, that's so cool to me. And Nim had made the comment that they didn't just fall in love on the movies; they fell in love in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is actually kind of wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So they weren't just acting.
There's some compassion there. Honestly, though, I think they would have made a good couple. I mean, they kind of were, but
they did it. They did
secret.
It in the movie, man.
Oh God,
I love you. I know. It's just one of my favorite moments from all the movies, actually.
No.
When she says "I love you" and he says "I know." That was one of my favorite lines from the movies. From my favorite of the Star Wars movies.
Sad day for all of us,
Yes.
To be honest, Star Wars just won't be the same without her in a lot of ways. But hopefully, over time, a lot, they can't live forever, obviously, even though we kind of want them to, to let the dream live on.
Well, so what I'm wondering is, what are they going to do for, like, because, I mean, I'm assuming they probably already have a lot of filming done for episode 8, but, like, were they planning on having her in episode 9? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, see, the really hard thing is, you remember last year's movie she was in with the Star Wars, God, what was it called?
Episode 7.
Huh?
Force Awakens.
Yeah, maybe. And it had B8, and it had Ren in it.
Yeah.
What was that her name, Ren?
No, Rey.
Rey, there you go.
There was
and
Kylo
it had her
Ren.
in it. And, you know, Princess Leia was a big part of that movie because it ended up being her, like, her mom or something. And
well, not her mom. It was Kylo Ren's mom.
I don't really know how they're going to carry on now. Because they kind of did that, then they did a flashback for the recent movie, and now I would assume they would do the flash forward, but this may cause some problems in where they're going to go now. They might have to take it in a different direction.
Could always do what they did in Rogue One and just do a complete CGI recreation of her. Same thing they did for Peter Cushing in Rogue One.
That just doesn't seem right. Come on. That just seems weird.
Hey, I mean,
God.
Although for episode 8 they would only have to do it probably like for a scene or two, just because they probably already had a lot of filming done for that anyways.
I don't know. It's just a sad thing. I mean, she wasn't. There was a lot of celebrity deaths this year. I think a lot of us can agree that we just want 2016 over and done with and forgotten, especially of all the memes I've seen. Especially Harambe. About tired of Harambe. You got David Bowie, George Michael, Gene Wilder, which if you can't think of any of these guys, by the way, I'm going to be having pictures kind of come up here somewhere. And Gene Wilder, that one hits the heart. Because literally, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, that's true. And he was in Blazing Saddles. So
that's some childhood memories right there. God.
Blazing Saddles is not childhood memories because I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was a child. I actually never saw the original Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
Oh, I've never seen Blazing Saddles, but
yeah, it's just like a comedy movie.
It's just a sad year for the stars. That's literally the title of the article I was reading, because there was also a Star Trek death. I forgot his name. It's Anton something. He was only 27, and that's another sad thing. But he was from Star Trek.
Somebody who's young. I don't know. Oh yeah, David Bowie died at some point this year.
Yeah, I remember there was a lot of people doing that face paint thing.
The Labyrinth. Yeah.
Yeah, that took a while. Prince, there's Prince. The Purple Rain was real big this year. Kind of reminded me of that Chocolate Rain song. But yeah. There was a lot of sad deaths.
But because David Bowie died, it actually made me want to watch The Labyrinth for the first time. I've actually never seen it.
Yeah, honestly, you take so many things like that for granted until they're gone, and then you're like, dang, I wish I could have been a fan of them before they died. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So then you could have been like, you could have said hey to David Bowie, but you never got to, because you were always like, I'll become a fan of him later,
I mean, I never really...
Like Christina Grimmie, okay. A lot of people took her for granted until she died, and then all of them started to listen to her music, and they were like, dang, this is good, but she's not here to make any more. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad. Like, there was so many shootings, you got all these controversies with things like ISIS and all that, and I know a lot of you guys don't like talking about that, which is one of the main reasons we're having timestamps. So if you want to skip it or you just don't care for it, you can. But like I said, you got all that. Death
is my favorite topic.
Right? Can y'all just talk about that for an hour?
Let's just talk about the most depressing thing we possibly can.
Oh, there was also some deaths, not in the White House, but of the former White House with I think it was President Nixon's mom or like something like that, and then there was also the Reagans.
Because you would think...
I don't know. I thought they would already be dead.
Already died, because they'd already be dead, yeah.
But I don't think it was his wife.
His wife or something?
Maybe like his sister is. I don't know.
Maybe it was just somebody who happened to have the same last name.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because I think I remember hearing about it. And anyway, there was a lot of sad deaths. You got Merle Haggard. Some other ones that were kind of a shocker to me because I hadn't even heard about them until recent. George Michael, he just recently died, like literally on Christmas Day. Like that's, Merry Christmas, life.
Yay, that was the best Christmas of his life.
Exactly what I wanted. God. Oh God, who was it? It was somebody. I know David Bowie died at 69, and I think it was also
69.
Yeah, there's this other guy. Oh God, what was his name? That's gonna bother me to no end. If I think of it, or if I go back and look at it, I'll put his name up on the screen now and everything. I'm sure I'll find it. I don't really know where to go from now, but I think that one of the main things we can kind of talk about, you got, oh my God, this just makes me so mad. I don't know about you, but it makes me so mad. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm from a southern background, and this Disney gator attack just pisses me off. What do you think about it?
Well, I mean, I didn't even really know much about it until you mentioned it earlier when we were talking earlier. I don't know. It's like
it was terrible. Okay, so if you don't know what happened, there was this 2-year-old little boy. I guess his family had went to Disney for vacation in Orlando, Florida, and it's Orlando, Florida. There's lots of gators, there's lots of snakes, there's lots of reptiles, there's lots of sea creatures that can kill you. And you do not, you don't even need a sign to tell you not to swim in a giant lagoon, regardless of whether or not it's on Disney. It's not a giant fake pool. It's still got mud, it's still got grass, it's still got lily pads, it's still got swampy area. Disney did not create that, okay? All right.
Gator's gonna get you.
Yeah. Have y'all seen... Okay, if you have not seen this giant video of the gator walking across a golf course, that just shows you they will settle down anywhere and everywhere.
Yup.
You do not... Y'all have obviously never seen any horror movie about people swimming at night.
I mean, see, the thing is, I'm from, further up north, and I even know that. I mean, gosh. So.
And then I don't remember this happening, but apparently the dad tried to save the kid and another gator took the dad, but I don't remember that being the story. Sure. This article could be incorrect, but if that's the case, then you're a double idiot.
What? An article on the internet being incorrect? What? That never happens.
But I mean, just think about that. I don't care how good of a parent you think you are. I don't care how good of a parent you normally are. Anybody with common sense does not let their 2-year-old get in the water to swim. At night.
Yeah, that gator gonna get you.
In a lagoon. With signs that say, do not swim. Gators. You're an idiot. Okay, I will say this, though. I will say this. This is the only point I can make about these people being relatively not completely retarded. Yep. It did have little nice beach chairs, okay, to make it seem more cozy and comfortable. And I will say it's a very, very pretty resort. It's a very pretty lake. I will show it right now. I looked it up after I found out about this, but just use your head, people. Use your head. Do you really want to become a news article like that? I don't. I know for one thing, I'm not letting my 2-year-old, who I should be so overprotective of, swim in a lake at night.
Considering the fact that he's freaking 2 years old, that's
He can't even swim! He can't even swim! Can he?
I mean,
I don't think I was able to swim at 2. I think I still had floaties.
I was able to swim at 4 or 5.
Yeah, what you mean? I think what happened was they had turned their backs on him and they noticed he had paddled out into the water, but he wasn't he was knee height, and he's 2. That should just tell you something right there. How do you not notice the glowing eyes? Just none of that.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. And, they'll regret it for the rest of their lives. That's the worst part.
Uh-huh.
And, a lot of people want to get all mad about Harambe and what they should have done. But you got to think, Harambe. How old was that little boy?
I have no idea.
I think he was like 2 or 4. You got to think, that boy could have died. Like, they were in a panicky situation. I mean, they probably could.
Those people who like voted for Harambe for president.
How? Remember the D's nuts?
I don't know.
He was actually on the ballot for a little bit.
Oh my gosh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Was Damn Daniel there too?
He changed his name to D's nuts just so he could be dedication. But
was Damn Daniel there too? Although he's not even old
Damn
enough,
Daniel. Now you gotta be like 35.
35, yeah.
But
Yup.
God.
Yeah. So. Let's.
A lot of people say that they should have just shot him with a tranquilizer, and in some ways I would agree. But he had the boy in a position to where if they shot him with it, he could have reacted violently because he was mad because he got shot. It still hurts. Or because he could have crushed him because he was underneath him. So,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just...
Well, let's just be glad that Harambe didn't win the election.
No. That picture they got of him on here, the way he's sitting, he's just like... it looks like he's about to drop the hottest mixtape of 2016. Yes. I'm going to show the picture, guys, if I can get it. Oh, wow. God.
Anyways.
Hashtag swag.
So, yeah. Speaking of that, let's talk about 2016
as a
presidential election.
All right. Okay.
So,
your thoughts first, Nim.
My thoughts? I mean, my overall thoughts were that if I was actually old enough to vote this year, I probably would have looked into some third parties. Because, yeah, like Trump or Hillary.
All right. Well, once again, I come from the South, and necessarily that doesn't mean anything, guys. It's all a matter of opinion. I know friends from my school that are for Hillary. I'm personally not. I don't like her, and I don't want to just I get a lot of people want to vote for her or whatever just because she could be the first woman president. I don't believe in that. Yep. I want a woman president, but I don't want her. Okay, I can wait. I can wait.
Well, and it shouldn't really matter the gender of the president. It matters the race, the gender, none of that matters. What matters is whether they'd be a good president.
And I personally do not know how. I'm not racist or anything. I do not know how in the world President Obama got a second term. Okay. I mean, I really don't. I really don't.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. It was 8 years of torture. Like, why?
I mean, it wasn't that bad.
It was very bad.
Compared to how people, compared to what some people were expecting it to be.
It was very bad. And, okay, one very, very big controversial topic that was talked about a lot this year, and I just now remember this name, so you don't even know what it is yet, is the Second Amendment, the gun law. Personally, there's lots of sides to see this from. A lot of people think that people are for it, that want to keep it wholeheartedly, they don't want to change it a bit, are in a lot of ways wrong because they just think they're one of those happy-go-lucky rednecks, whatever. That's not the case. Okay. My mom's made a really good point. And my mom, she's very intelligent, I'll put it that way. She's very good at looking up facts. If you've never heard of Brett Bart, you should. It's a very good website. She loves that. She loves that website.
Ooh,
and Brett Bart. I'll link it in the description if you would like.
Cool.
But she made a very good point about the fact that if you let them touch it at all, they will eventually want to change something else. And that is the truth, okay? They may go with a little bit at first, but if you let them touch it at all, they will eventually want to change something else because they see that if they present it in such a way, they can sway you, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. No, I understand what you mean, but like, so what exactly were they trying to change about it though?
They wanted to limit certain guns you could get, or something I heard about yesterday. I don't know if this is what I just heard from a family member. It was on Christmas Eve because we celebrate Christmas Eve because it's just the easiest day. I mean, a lot of your families doing other stuff for Christmas, and my cousin or whatever had told me that they're trying to pass something now to limit certain elders from getting it. They have to see if they're eligible or whatever. But personally, I think elders are the ones who need it the most. They can't protect themselves.
Well, I think what it is more like making sure they're like physically able to use one or whatever. Like if there's like an elder who has like a lot of trouble seeing or whatever, I don't know.
In a way, yeah, but I think it should be more mentally than physically.
Yeah.
Because if anything, they need it physically.
Yeah.
That's the
but like right, like make sure they're actually physically able to use it.
But I don't think that's what they were trying to change though. Yeah. They were talking about I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I don't think they should change it. There's a lot of controversy around what the founders actually meant by it. We were talking about this in history class. And it can be interpreted a lot of ways, but I think in a way they wanted it to be like that, You can't write something like that in stone, and then expect everybody to follow it. There has to be stipulations and I don't know. It's hard It's hard to say because they didn't like limit it to a specific. It was a constitution for the United States of America. They didn't say, hey, only U.S. citizens can have it. But in a way, they said it as if that was the way. But you got to understand when they wrote this, there was lots of immigrants and all this. So, I don't know. Well, it's a weird thing.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is, like, one of the things that'll, like, if you say something about, like, whether you support, like, the Second Amendment or whatever, I know that, like, one of the first things people will ask you, because I know this happened like last year. I was doing a public speaking class in college, and I did a speech. We had to do a persuasive speech for one of them, and I was doing a persuasive speech in support of the Second Amendment. And at the end, people asked, like, the one question that people were having is, what do you think about background checks for guns? Like, I feel it was just, I don't know. And I was like,
that I agree with absolutely.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, there definitely should be. But yeah, I mean, the thing that seems strange to me though is the fact that, like, the speech itself didn't really have anything to do with that. It was more just people having the right to own guns in general. So I was like, it's just like people just automatically go to that.
They just didn't even pay attention to it. Pretty much.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they did, but they were like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's one of the most controversial parts about it is, like, because I don't know.
Well, okay. There's a big debate. I do agree with background checks. I do. Because a lot of people have guns right now that shouldn't have them. A lot of people are on welfare right now that shouldn't be. You know, about 80% of people are on welfare right now that don't even need it.
See, I agree with background checks for weapons because it makes sense.
Do you know how much? Yeah, it does. It really does.
Like, I base what I go politically on what seems more logical.
Do you know how much money that is going into welfare and stuff like that doesn't even need to be going there because they don't want to do background checks? Yeah. It's insane to me how they just let these people live on free money that shouldn't. And then you got all these abused people, all these people that deserve the money, and it's not going to them. Yeah.
Well, the system is, like, anytime there's a system that involves getting free money, there's going to be some people who try to abuse that system. Like, that's just the way it is. So you have to have, like, enforce it to the point where you make sure people don't abuse the system.
I mean, regardless of anything, guys, even if they, hypothetically speaking, they just completely got rid of the Second Amendment, you don't think that there's still going to be a way for people to get what they want? Guns, whatever,
right.
knives, whatever.
Okay, so
it doesn't matter.
Because drugs have, like, a lot of drugs are illegal and people still get them. You know, there was prohibition, alcohol was outlawed, and it caused a lot of problems because people were still, people were getting it illegally, which caused, a lot more, like, problems and stuff, which is why they decided to, like, get rid of prohibition. Whatever.
It's just, I mean, it just seems so irresponsible to me that President Obama is even letting Syrian refugees into our country right now. Because of everything that's happened. And I'm not saying all Muslims are bad. I have, like, several people in here that are Muslims.
See, like, I don't really know, because, like, I'm not, I don't know enough about it to really have much of an opinion on the whole matter, I guess.
Yeah. It's just that the fact that I'm not saying the whole bunch is bad. I'm just saying some are, and more than likely they're the bad bunch. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is all right, guys.
I mean, there definitely should be extensive background checks and stuff before,
But there's not. That's the problem. And he just lets tens of thousands in here.
The thing is, there are already laws in place that are supposed to give them, where you're supposed to give people background checks and all this stuff. But it's not the problem of you need to make laws to have that. Like, we already have the laws, they're just not being enforced.
There was already several attacks associated with them that were let in to our country for no reason. And it just pisses me off because we're killing our own people trying to help others. Okay, I get it. We need to stay in our country right now, and we need to fix our country before we can stop helping others, because we are trillions of dollars in debt. Not to mention all these other countries, they can't keep running from their problems. As bad as it sounds, they need to stay in their country and fix theirs, just like we did in Britain when we made our own country because we didn't like the way their rules.
Except for the fact that the French helped us, but
well, true, but still, the French were probably in a good position too, and it benefited them. Right now, anybody we're helping does not benefit us in one way. Sorry, I got bubble wrap.
I don't know. I mean. I think another issue is, like, a lot of times when we go to war, because constitutionally, in order to go to war, you have to get you have to vote on it in Congress, and, like, in the past, like, we haven't had an official, like, legal war based on voting from Congress since, like, I don't know what it was, like, World War II or something like that. Like, we haven't had a legal war since then or whatever, which is weird.
I mean, regardless of who got elected at this point, guys, it's almost guaranteed because people get so butthurt over the littlest damn thing. I swear. Have you? Tell me. I know you've seen it.
What?
People just get so, like.
Oh, over the election.
No, just over anything. Like
over anything. Yeah,
like,
that is true.
I know you were, like, oh my God, our grandfathers would be like, boy, or mine anyway. Because they were like pioneers and all this shit. Like, they were tough people, and they would smack you in the face if they saw how we were acting today. To be honest, they would throw your phone out the window and call you an idiot. They would literally smack sense into you. Like, it's ridiculous. It's just, come on, guys. Like, what are you doing?
No, but anyways, speaking about some people's reactions to the election, oh my gosh. Like, there was, the thing that I think is completely ridiculous about it is that all the people who were, like, voted for Hillary or whatever, all the, like, not all of them, but, like, a lot of the Hillary supporters who were, like, I mean, not even just that, like, they were, like, rioting or whatever in the streets, and, like, they had that
so
chant,
stupid.
like, not my president or something, and it's like,
Hashtag I'm
Like,
still with her.
it's like, no, like she lost the election. Like, just,
Get over it.
like, that's the way it happened. Yeah. And
And
like they
yeah.
make it out like Trump is, they're
Mhm.
like,
He's the
they're like
violent
afraid,
one.
they're like literally afraid for their lives because Donald Trump is president. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? What is he gonna do that's that horrible? Like,
A lot of people said if he lost, his people were gonna riot. But look who's rioting now.
and then they're the ones who ended up doing it. So it's
And
like,
guys.
yeah,
If
very
you watch
hypocritical.
interviews of these people in the street, they're the dumbest people you'll ever meet.
What examples or what makes you feel that way?
Because Trump's racist.
What has he done that's racist?
Just everything, like everything that comes out of his mouth.
Hiring people of every race, color, and creed is racist?
Well, not hiring, but some of the comments that he makes regarding like different genders and different like races and just like anyone who he doesn't consider a true American, which he defines the white male as like.
When did he do that?
I don't want to talk to you anymore. So.
Well, I'm not surprised. This is what happens when you try to talk to liberals who have no knowledge or information.
Like,
Okay,
I will
riding
show
in the
some clips
street
right
over
now.
yes, they're obviously some of the dumbest people because they're like the I mean, the fact that they're rioting in the street over the result of an election is just dumb.
No, my mom,
Like,
she showed me a video of this one person, and they had asked him a question or something. He's like, he just contradicted himself throughout his entire answer, and it made no sense. And
I don't know.
I mean, she didn't win anyway, but I'm just gonna point this out just because or whatever. He had tens of thousands of people coming to his rallies versus her like 200. I'm not even lying. You can look up videos of his lines of his rallies, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And the only time she ever got anybody to really watch her is when she had President Obama, and even then they only came for, him. And you know what's crazy to me? I don't know if it. Obviously, I don't know if it's true. I don't know Hillary Clinton. I don't ever want to know Hillary Clinton. And I heard that the night of her election, she had a $100,000 fireworks show set up because she was so confident she was gonna win. And I heard she got hella drunk when she lost. I heard she cusses like a sailor, in the private eye. And she was blaming all these people. She was blaming Obama and all these people for her losing. And
that's what happens when you.
That's from her private security saying that.
Don't drink, kids.
Yeah, no. I don't think the drinking led to that. But he over here, he just sat and he didn't say anything. He just sat and watched. That's what I like about him. He didn't celebrate prematurely. Trump.
About Trump?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I have to say though, as bad as, like, I have to say, if you didn't like Obama as president, do you think I still think that Hillary would be much worse though than he was?
All she was gonna do was play on his plans. That's why he was supporting her.
And go to war with Russia and whatever else.
You know what pisses me off to no end? When people say Trump's gonna be the cause of World War III, meanwhile he's friends with Vladimir Putin, who was trying to end ISIS, who were trying to kill us. You know what she and Obama were doing right before the election? They were bombing some Russia territory or whatever, and it was very, very so pissing off Vladimir Putin. The night Trump got elected, he tweeted out that he was looking to reaffirming his ally with the United States, not to mention, I think it was not Persia, Egypt, the Egypt whatever guy was also saying. There's just a lot of leaders that have been on board now, as they were not before.
And considering the fact that he's trying to be friends with Russia, that's actually a smart thing to do because Russia is the only other country that has a military that could
obliterate the whole damn world.
Yeah.
Nuclear war.
I think we still have the number one military in the world, but I think they're a very close second. Russia's a very
well,
close
it doesn't
second
help that Obama had passed something at one point that limited a lot of our military. It was like $40,000 of supplies just went somewhere. I don't know. I'm just done with the Obamas, with the Clintons, all of them being in office. Okay, I'm tired of like that. It's almost like the kings and queen kind of thing, where like they're president, then their son's president, and so and so and so. It's just obnoxious. Okay, because you shouldn't judge somebody off of what their dad did or something like that. I mean, I don't know. It's just.
I mean,
I'm just glad it's over and done with.
Yeah.
And I understand, like, me personally, I know I probably have a biased opinion. I know if you're a Hillary supporter, you're like, I cannot stand you. I'm sorry. I'm just giving you my viewpoint, and I always ask people to look at both sides of things. Like, when I was first deciding who I would root for, my mom was with Trump from day one when people were laughing at him. She was with him for day one. And I looked at both sides, okay? Because I don't always go with my mom on things. I looked at both sides, and I liked him better.
You have to look at both sides.
You can't just hear it from one way viewpoint. And what I will say is that what she was more for, she wanted to appeal to all the minorities. All the minorities. That was wrong. She only cared about power, guys. I'm sorry. It's true. She only cared about power. That's all she wanted. Was just that was her the top of her bucket list.
Although I almost feel Trump was the same way though. Like he just wanted to be president because it was like on his bucket list. I almost feel that he might have been the same way. I don't know.
I mean, I could see why you think that, but at the same time,
it just feels like it because it's like he's like, okay, what have I done? It's like, well, I'm already like,
yeah, I already
rich.
have an
I've
empire.
I've already done this. I've already done this. What have I not done yet? Oh, I haven't been president of the United States yet. Why not do that?
I like that he's not very political oriented, but his VP is. I think Pence is a good choice for him, but I also think it's very good that Hillary, like I said, she was appealing to minorities. The main thing she was going to push during her election was nothing economic, which we need right now. We're dying for this right now.
That is true.
We don't need more stupid laws for LGBT. I honestly don't even know what they want. I have no problem with it, by the way. It's just, that can wait. That can wait 4 years. Our economic crisis can't. It cannot wait at all. It cannot wait.
Yeah.
That is urgent. The other stuff is not. Like I said, people are getting so butthurt. Okay, I don't even know what Miley Cyrus sexually identifies as anymore. I like everything and anything. So, it's just, I don't know. I'm just done, Nim. I'm done.
I was done a long time ago.
I was done 2 years ago. 2014 is when it all went wrong. 2015 and 2016 have just been a bad few years.
Gosh, 2016. Ugh.
Oh my god. It's just.
I was like, you can just tell how what 2016 was like just by watching the YouTube rewind. Ugh.
I just can't be bothered. I honestly cannot be bothered anymore. Like, it's just.
Yeah. Well,
God. The one thing I will say about this podcast in particular is we're going to get a lot of these controversial topics out of the way, guys. So if you don't agree with us or if you're just in between, you don't agree at all, they're going to be gone. They won't be talked about until there's new ones, which probably won't be for a few years from now. I don't know if we'll still have the podcast by then. Maybe. I don't know. But
who knows?
I don't know. I just think it's a cool thing. And our last topic now, I'm pretty sure, is just our favorite movies, just stuff like that. And then
something that I actually really like. I like movies.
So, on the topic of the election and all that, one of my favorite movies from this year is The Purge election year. I thought it was pretty good. I thought, I don't know, I just liked the storyline. It was much more interesting than its fellow purges, and yeah, it was nice.
First Purge, like I haven't seen the first Purge, but like just based on like things that I've seen of it, it just doesn't make like it seems like a movie that didn't need the premise of the whole Purge thing in order to like do what it was doing.
Yeah,
like it didn't take the idea of the Purge as far like
as it could go.
As it could go. It didn't like do much with that idea.
They literally
Just,
stayed in a house the whole movie. A house.
Yeah, like it was just a house invasion movie.
I mean, it was
Like,
really
that's
scary.
all it was.
At some points, like when they were in the house and it was like the quiet scenes and they were turning corners. That was scary. Okay, I will say it was more on the scary factor. It was up there, but on the keep your attention, action-ish kind of factor, it was not. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
well,
yeah.
you should watch. Do you know who Zapti is? Zaptai, whatever
No,
his
I've never
YouTube
heard
channel
of
is. He just did like a couple videos talking about like doing his like review on The Purge. I think he's gonna go and do like a review of all of them, but he did like 2 videos where he was talking about the first one, and like basically pointed out all of the really like all the reasons why it's a terrible movie. All
Oh
the
yeah, I
really
always
bad like
always
plot
see
holes
those.
and stuff.
Yeah.
All of the like really bad plot holes and stuff that make no sense.
Yeah. Actually, maybe I have, but I didn't know that was his name.
He's like the teddy bear thing.
Yeah, I don't know about. I don't know. I just know there's one
Okay,
YouTube
no.
channel that everything wrong with whatever movie.
Oh yeah. Cinema Sins.
Oh, well, there you go.
I watch a lot of movie review channels.
What other movies did you like from this year?
Well, let's see. Least favorite movie from this year that I saw would probably have to be Suicide Squad because it was actually not very good.
I've never seen it, but
Didn't
I've
see
heard things. I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of movies this year. I really liked Star Wars. I thought that was good.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda
Yes.
3, that was good. I
That
want
was-
to
Oh
see
yeah,
The
and
Legend
speaking of
Tarzan.
Rogue One, if you want to watch the Rogue One review that me and Lord Pasta did, that'll probably be on the
description.
channel right now. So yeah,
There
we can
should
put it in
also
the
be like a card at some point in this video that'll
Whatever.
pop up if you want to click that.
yeah, we'll do that.
I really think you should go watch Doctor Strange. I could see you liking that. But I haven't seen
Well,
Finding Dory yet,
it
guys.
is-
Don't
It
kill
is
me.
Marvel, and I've seen a lot of the Marvel movies, and
Mhm.
like that's the only one I haven't. The only one in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I haven't seen yet.
Rogue
Actually, no,
One,
I haven't
Star
seen
Wars was
Ant-Man
good.
yet. I haven't seen Ant-Man yet. Either, but yeah.
Like every Star Wars movie, it has an interesting twitch. You know what I mean? Like, God, I messed up the word now and I can't think of it. It has an interesting storyline. Zootopia was really good. I really love that movie.
Well, yeah.
One of my favorite animated movies. And Finding Dory, haven't seen it, want to see it.
I didn't.
No.
I didn't really like Finding Dory as much. I didn't like it as much as Finding Nemo, the first one.
I haven't
think
seen
I've
it, but I think it's good. Deadpool was pretty good, to be honest. I really like Deadpool.
I only saw like half of that movie.
The thumbnail for the movie, he's got the pistol like where his, should be. It's
Wait,
funny.
hold on. Let me
You're just gonna look it up now.
No, I'm
um,
looking at it because I
yeah.
have the DVD like right here.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the Star Wars.
Oh.
I actually got the new video game for it. I haven't got to play it yet, but I just played some of the
Oh, which one's the new one?
Star Wars Battlefield or Battlefront. Not Battlefield.
Oh, Battlefront. Yeah. Yeah, didn't that come out last year or no?
No, it came out this year.
I feel like that was it last year.
It was like
No,
a few
but,
months ago.
Yeah, that one
It's
looks
really
cool.
good, though.
The only Star Wars video game I've ever played is the Lego Star Wars.
Same. I actually got one that's
I'm
like
actu-
Marvel.
No, I didn't like the Marvel one, but no, I'm actually doing a YouTube series on that on my YouTube channel.
I think I've also
Lego
done like
Star Wars.
Batman. I think Batman was probably my all-time favorite.
Uh,
Oh no,
I've-
it was Batman because there was Joker and the Penguin.
Which Batman? The first Batman?
I don't know,
one?
the one with the Penguin and the Joker.
Oh, okay.
It was years ago. It was like PlayStation
They're probably
2.
in both. They're
Oh,
like
I
in
also
both,
got
'cause I believe-
Ratchet and Clank. Loving that game so far.
Okay.
And Major League
I've
Baseball.
heard
Loving
that.
that game. Loving
Oh,
the game.
okay. One game that I played it was made last year. That is amazing. I don't know if you played it, but Undertale.
No, I've heard of it.
Have you played?
I've heard of it, and it sounds awesome.
You gotta play it.
I was a big fan of Sly Cooper, all that kinds of stuff. I actually still have an original Pac-Man game, not on the PC, not on any of that. It's the
Wow.
physical
Is
like
it on an
Pac-Man.
Atari?
I think so
Wait,
actually. It has
Is it
buttons
like
on
an
it.
Atari?
It's like a little Pac-Man machine.
Yeah, yeah. And it has like the joystick in the middle and stuff.
Yeah, kind
Or
of.
no? Yeah.
It's literally a giant Pac-Man with little buttons on it to make you move around. It's awesome. It still
I feel like
works
we-
too. I just gotta
I feel
put
like
batteries in it.
I feel like we used to have one of the Pac-Man, an old Pac-Man game. We had like an old, I don't know, we don't have that anymore. Now the only like video game systems they have is like an Xbox One, or no, not an Xbox One, Xbox 360. We don't have a one yet.
God, there was lots of good movies. Oh my gosh, what is this? I just clicked images for it, and
Civil
there's
War.
Popeye. Oh my god, that looks grotesque. How muscular
What?
he is in his arms. Look up Popeye movie, I guess.
Oh, the movie of Popeye. I've seen that. Like the one with
It's
wasn't
not
that with,
animated.
yeah, I know, but wasn't that with like who played him? It was it Robin Williams or no? I feel like that
don't
was a
know.
Robin Williams movie.
Doesn't look like it.
Or maybe it wasn't him. It was somebody.
All men are created equal. Then a few.
I don't know, but yeah, I saw like I've seen like the beginning of that Popeye movie before. It's weird.
Oh my gosh, his face, so weird. I think it was Glenn. Welcome back. I can't tell. I can't read it. But anyway,
here's a different
guys, I
one.
think that's it for our
Wait,
2016
wait,
recap.
Wait. What is your favorite meme of 2016?
I would say Harambe, but he eventually got on my nerves.
Let's see. Least favorite?
Harambe. He's my favorite and least favorite.
Favorite and least favorite. No, I think least favorite might be Damn Daniel, because I hate
Oh my
Damn
god,
Daniel.
that doesn't count. That's more of like a GIF. Okay, I'll say
No,
one
it's
of my
still
favorites was the Doge, definitely Doge. If he was 2016, Doge is pretty
I
dank.
like that boy.
Hmm?
Like that boy. That was 2016, right?
I don't even know anymore.
I don't even know.
At this point, it's just whatever. I
Hi,
heard
my
Batman
name is
vs
Nim.
Superman was really
I've been
underrated.
addicted in-
Assassin's Creed seems like a cool movie. I'm probably gonna have to watch that sometime
Assassin's
soon.
Creed. No, but
Deadpool was-
Batman vs Superman
Yeah,
was okay.
yeah,
I-
probably
it
wasn't
was-
great.
Well, it got a lot of bad reviews and everything, but it
Mhm.
like it wasn't. The thing about it, I think, was that it wasn't as good as people were expecting.
Yeah.
So it was just like,
Wasn't as epic.
yeah. But then Civil War, Captain America: Civil War, I think was better. Which that was like those two were like
Did I
almost
watch
like
that?
rival movies.
I don't remember if I watched that. Maybe.
Yeah, that was I think that was a better like superheroes
Ow.
battling each other kind of thing movie, because there's like two of those types of movies.
No.
I think that was definitely a better one. I don't know.
I'm gonna have a fun time editing this. Let me tell you.
Yeah. I mean,
50 minutes long. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Like I said, there's going to be many more podcasts to come. As you can tell, it was just me and them this time. It's probably going to be a lot of those, to be honest, because you can't always get the
Yeah.
whole gang together. But
yeah,
maybe,
that's one of the biggest problems.
maybe,
We can't get everyone together.
yeah, we can have like a whole, like once a month thing where it's the whole podcast, just to make it kind of easier. And it's kind of more of a
If we
specialist
can.
thing. But I will say, this has been fun, guys. If you want us to talk about any particular topic in our next
Yes.
video, just leave a comment.
Please leave
and
topics.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about it. Or we'll at least mention it.
We want topics. We want topics. Leave them in there.
Yeah.
And leave them in that place down there.
Do we
that
want to
comment,
do
please.
want to do comment of the day or whatever?
If we even get comments.
There you go.
This is the first video. I don't even know
I have
if we'll
faith
get
in
it
us.
until
I have faith.
possibly.
I'm gonna
That
do a
is
good
true.
job
If we
editing the video. So.
If we shout it out on like everybody's channels, maybe.
No, we gotta do
Get-
that.
get
How would you
people-
not do that?
Yes.
But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Like I said,
Mhm.
leave a comment if you want any particular topic. And do you want to close it off?
All right. Well, this has been the first of our podcast, and it will hopefully be a fun podcast. So thanks for listening, and I hope you join us next time, and leave all those comments down there and stuff. And yeah, goodbye.
Bye.